show you guys. 2022, so I guess they're taking 2021 off. Suzuki Hayabusa first look, 35 fast facts. I'm taking their word for that, and 50 photos. So, I like. I'm not gonna lie. I like the red accents. I do like the white and black a little bit better, but the red accents they're very kosher with me. So, number one fact. Do you guys have this open? Because I don't really feel like reading all of this shit.
No, I don't.
I don't have it open. You want to open it up?
I'm just listening to you. Go ahead.
It's fine. I guess I'm the host, so I have to do most of the talking. I accept my title.
Stop being
all right.
lazy.
Shut the fuck up. You're the one not covered in snow right now. I don't want to hear anything about lazy. All right, number one. The Hayabusa is all about the motor. And the big news is that 2022 edition is claimed to accelerate more quickly with less peak power. Okay. Now it's in not bold anymore. To meet Euro 5 emission standards, Suzuki took the route many are following, less peak horsepower and more low-end to mid-range power production. From the low end to about halfway to the red line, the 2022 pumps out more torque and horsepower than its predecessor. However, for the final third of the power band, the second generation motor beats it. In the real world, there's more power where it is used most often. So, this is one of those bullshit paragraphs where they go into details about how the average average Joe going in and out of throttle around turns will accelerate more quickly because the average used power is where the bike makes more power. But for the three of us and most people in chat, the Gen 2 is still the faster motorcycle because once you get out of first gear and make it into second gear and now you're only sitting up top, your average gear-to-gear horsepower is more. So,
but will be corrected with exhaust and a tune.
We don't know that for a fact. We hope that, and I do hope that, because I would like to see some fast Gen 3s out there. I sure as shit don't hope my 2020/2008 motorcycle is a superior motorcycle. All right, fact number two. Suzuki claims the 2022 Hayabusa is quicker in an eighth mile drag race from a standing start to 62 mile... Wait, what? So you're trying to tell me you only do 62 miles an hour in an eighth mile? All right, let me read that again. Maybe I'm stupid. Suzuki claims the 2022 Hayabusa is quicker in an eighth mile drag race. Oh, and I missed the... Okay. And
they
from
put
a standing start to 62 miles per hour. Okay, so it does its typical way. Do you guys still care about 0 to 60? Because I sure as hell never have. But anyway, it's faster. Whew. And it's faster to the eighth mile. Yeah, because do you want to know what happens in the second eighth mile that happens in the quarter mile? The Gen 2 overtakes it because it makes more top-end power, and at mile an hour is faster, and it wins the fucking race. Fact number three. People who ride the dyno rather than the motorcycle will be disappointed.
I've never heard it worded that way. That's great.
So wait, I'm always the one pushing the street in the dyno. So are they agreeing with me, or are they saying that it's really gonna suck? Because not even the dyno people will be happy. All right, so peak power drops nearly 7 horsepower to 180 horsepower at 97, blah, 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 and peak torque is reduced by a bit less than 4 foot-pounds at 7,000 RPM. Top speed remains 185 miles an hour. Yeah, because anything with even remotely close to 190 horsepower on enough road can do 185. Fact 4, although the exterior of the motor is unchanged, almost all the moving parts have been revised. We will take it from the top. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. Number 5, the new cam timing reduced valve lift overlap. Also, the exhaust valve lift is higher. Okay.
So it's got a bigger exhaust cam.
Bigger exhaust cam and or different cam timing as well. 6, new valve springs are stiffer to handle the higher exhaust valve lift. Number 7, there's a new squish area in the twin swirl combustion chamber. God, squish area. Per Suzuki, the flow coefficient is improved by 5% as the intake valve opens. Which is, I believe, the picture of me looking at the combustion chamber where it's more rounded rather than figure-eighted near the valves. Yeah. Number 8, the new pistons are 26 grams lighter. They also have a new shape, and the mechanical twist... Wow, I suck at talking. They also have a new shape, and the mechanical wrist pin holes have a conical shape. The wrist pins are shorter and lighter, As before, the 2022 Hayabusa used forged pistons with PVD-coated rings. Wait, hold on a sec here. So, did they use more marketing? Because in number 8 it says the new pistons, plural, are 26 grams lighter. In number 9, the connecting rods are more rigid and lighter. Each connecting rod is 3 grams lighter. So
is the Pistons
by
all of them, or
going
just one?
exactly by going by the each connecting rod is 3 grams lighter wording is in number 8 are the all 4 pistons total 26 grams lighter, or is each lighter? By their
26
wording,
26 grams off of one piston would be a lot.
number 10, there's a new cam chain tensioner. Wow. Wow. It is designed to lessen friction and chain runout. Okay. The cases have new oil passages. This is worth mentioning. Flow and pressure of the crankshaft are up to claimed 54%. Are up a claimed 54%. That's worth mentioning. Oil pressure is always a good thing. That I feel like everything they've mentioned, that should have been number 1. Number 12, the magneto timing has been changed 6 degrees to make starting easier.
Jeez.
Number 13, the needle bearing rollers on the right and left counter bearings are 2 millimeters longer. Talking about the transmission. They mentioned that in the video. Number 14, the new quick shifter resulted in few transmission changes. Wait, what? The new quick shifter resulted in a few transmission changes. Whatever that means. They added a quick shifter. 15,
Right.
the gears have new width for improved shift feeling. Okay. 16, the clutch now has assist and slipper functions. Also, the clutch push rod has a new length.
Could you imagine if they would have released this bike without a quick shifter?
I mean, judged on what we got, like, yeah, I can definitely imagine that happening.
Right? Oh, this is the best. This is my favorite feature. Number 17. The new exhaust system is a 4-to-2 to 1-to-2 design, including a new crossover pipe between cylinders 1 and 4. The new system is 4.5 pounds lighter than before. Well, when it was 172 pounds total before, who cares? There's a dual-stage catalytic converter, previously single-stage. Cool. So there's a higher horsepower robbing catalytic converter versus lesser before. Thank you. Seriously, how many bikes do you drop 30 pounds when you put an exhaust on it? I'll give you a hint. The Busa and the fucking ZX14, and that's about it. Anyway, talking about 4.5 pounds lighter. Cut me a break. Like, come on. Anyway. 18. Now that we're outside the engine, we can talk about fueling, which is now ride-by-wire. In other words, the ECU can now turn the throttle the opposite direction without you knowing. Number 19. The ram air ducts have been redesigned to increase pressure. That's good. Potentially number 2 in this, not 19.
Yeah, that should have been listed way sooner.
Yes,
Right?
exactly. Right.
Yeah.
They don't look big though, so I don't understand.
Well, the inlets do look a little bigger. That's good. That's one thing my complaint is about the Busa is that the inlets look very tiny at the front end. Number 20, the length of the intake pipe, throttle body, and funnel is increased by almost half an inch. Again, that's going to attribute to mid-range. This is intended to increase power. Oh, look at that. This is intended to increase power in the low end and mid-range portions of the power band. The airbox enjoys a 1.2 liter capacity increase. So, yeah, like I was saying earlier, all that stuff attributes to power where I don't need it. Number 21. What?
Now, with that being said, we probably need to make it very obvious that where you don't want it. Like, yet again, Suzuki didn't design this motherfucker for you.
They did, though. They hit me up and said, Evan at EGR Performance, you are our number 1 biggest enthusiast. We need to know what you want for the Busa.
You're the only person that bought a 2020 Hayabusa, so can you please...
So, yes. All right, so this is a little bit of Bloody Mary and some subjective opinion here. A lot of what I'm saying is just for me. This is obviously not the masses. But for my personal niche, I'm making fun of the shit that they changed. So anyway.
Well, anybody that logs in halfway is just going to think you're bashing the piss out of his bike.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
fine. I don't care. For now, let me enjoy it. Wait. I'm confused. Number 21 says throttle body size is up 1 millimeter to 44 millimeters. I thought it was smaller.
I think that's wrong. I'm pretty sure it's smaller. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's
Well, hold
smaller.
on.
Number 22. Evan should probably start a channel for memes about bikes. I'm down. You put a little bit of alcohol in me, and I'm all about making fun of literally anything. But anyway, number 22. The Hayabusa now has a dual injector design. So, that's worded terribly because every motorcycle has that. The injectors have a finer mist to improve fuel efficiency. This change is responsible for a 2% power gain in the low end and mid range. See, that's something that like would be cool to have, period, on all the Busas. So that might be worth changing. However, you can't because it's drive-by-wire, so it's kind of all integrated into one system that you really can't use. Number 23, with ride-by-wire comes a 6-axis IMU and an array of rider aids that ultimately take all the control out of the guy trying to ride the bike and make the bike do whatever it wants. And I'm paraphrasing, it says none of that, but we all know what that does. Number 24, new Brembo Stylema calipers grasp the new 320mm discs in the front. What was it before? 310?
I'm not sure.
Well,
so-
looking pretty nice, though.
I'm still on the throttle bodies. I could be wrong, but everything quick Google search says 43 millimeters.
So it got smaller, right?
no,
No, it got
44 is
bigger.
1 millimeter bigger.
Oh, bigger.
But
Yeah.
it says in the video that it's smaller. Number
hopefully they
25. 2022 Hayabusa's ABS is... Okay, we don't care about ABS. Braking system is linked. When you pull in the front brake lever, pressure is applied to the rear now. Thank BMW for that. Number 27. Suzuki provides improved rubber for the Hayabusa. Cool. Nobody ever changes their tires. They run production tires for life. Number 28. The mainframe is unchanged, while the new subframe drops weight by 1.5 pounds. Well, when your factory subframe weighed 12 pounds before, who cares about 10.5 pounds? The new subframe drops the seat height a tad. That's kind of good. Lower seat height ultimately makes you lower in the bubble, so that's kind of good. Number 29, the 2022 Suzuki Hayabusa gets an updated fork and revised setting changes at both ends. All right, so it's still a KYB. It's probably just an updated variant. Okay.
And I noticed they were like gray or black.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind too, they also need to be a different part simply because they're running bigger rotors. So the fork needs to be farther out without spacers. Number 30, there are 2 tactics to reduce fatigue while riding. The handlebars are now a half-inch closer, which I think is good to the rider, and they are rubber mounted to lessen vibration. Number 31, the rider of the 2022 Suzuki Hayabusa is greeted by a new instrument cluster. Also, should be number 3. The traditional analog speed and rev counters return and with a TFT enhanced LCD panel between them.
Okay,
New switchgear helps the rider control the various rider aids. Also, there's also a new key.
Wasn't
Cool.
no, that's the same key. That's a Gen 2 key.
Mm-hmm.
But
That is Gen 2 as
wasn't-
fuck.
Wasn't the handlebars already rubber mounted on the Gen 2 and the Gen 1? They hooked to the top plate of that triple tree that that has rubber between it before you get
Hold
to
on,
the...
hold on. No, yeah, you are right. They were rubber mounted like that. They eliminated the
they're-
bolts from the top though, so I don't know how that's working. Maybe it's studs now,
They're fucking lying to us. This is BS.
right? Number 32.
Mike Perez says,
Oh,
if
here we
you
go.
could
Here we go.
get-
Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Number 32. You can see the new bodywork for yourself. It's a modern take on the classic form. The lines are sharper, yet the 2022 Hayabusa retains organic shapes. The new mirrors are claimed to improve the view behind you as it recedes. Suzuki claims a modest improvement on lift and stability at high speeds. Cool. So the drag
I can't talk
coefficient
about the
is
body.
what? You didn't tell me the actual number I needed to know. What is the fucking drag coefficient? You know
But
what's
no
annoying?
consumer- no-
I could get a drag coefficient on a fucking minivan, but not a motorcycle. And it kills me.